Service to purpose. The mission is you. Day 43. I'm Brooks Holland. That's my boy Flops. Coming to you after a late in the evening garage workout and basically getting back on track. How to catch up here. So much has kind of gone on. Part of it, I was gone for Monterey and I did not have internet connection, so I did film several videos when I was up there. But here's the other thing, I missed a couple days. Part of it was just being present, just enjoying myself up there. There was days where I didn't feel that I had much to say. And then when I got back from these trips that I had back to back, like as I talked about, for years, I didn't make that Monterey trip because it was too expensive. The timing wasn't right, whatever. And this year, maybe I could have used both of those excuses not to go, but I went anyway. I said enough is enough. And I was supposed to come back from Monterey on a Sunday, and I had an amazing opportunity to actually go drive the Laguna Seca track in my own car with the Singer vehicle design team. And they do some amazing work to the Porsche 911. So I got to do that. So I ended up getting back Monday night, which really kind of put me in a crunch time because I had my 3-hour thesis workshop on Saturday. And it was really, I had to have 25 people, a minimum of 25 people there for the entire 2.5 to 3 hour workshop so that I could graduate. So there's a whole bunch of lessons involved in there. That has been over and just, a little bit drained. But really there was something happened today and, it's been great. I hadn't really posted on social media, anything like that, just really enjoying, working with my clients, coaching, and just being super present, spending time with this guy. But one of my buddies passed away, and you might know him. His name is Sean Stephenson. He's known as the 3-foot giant. You've probably seen him. He's shared the stage with Tony Robbins and a host of other people. And I met Sean a little over 4 years ago, and it was my first Genius Network meeting. And to be in Genius Network, you have to have a 7-figure business. And at the time, we had just kind of cleared that hurdle. So if the bar to get in is $1 million, we just kind of high jumped, just kind of squeaked over that to meet the requirements to get in. And so I definitely had the imposter syndrome and all that, especially when I walked into my first meeting. They had the name tags out on the tables, and I was supposed to sit between Sean Stephenson and Dean Graziosi, who has done, well over $1 billion in sales. The guy is just the man. So I had, looking at the people in the room, so I had a whole bunch of self-doubt and imposter syndrome, but there was Sean in his wheelchair, put his hand out and introduced himself to the new guy. So I got to spend, my first Genius Network meeting sitting next to Sean, and over the years, definitely not one of his, there's people that are super close with Sean, but I'm definitely blessed that I got to, go over to his house a couple times. I got to have, some intimate conversations where it was just, him and myself or, maybe one other person over a dinner. So it was just really good to get to know him. And I think there was really one thing. I mean, he's so amazing. You got to watch some of his videos, his storytelling, everything like that. But he said something that first meeting, and it really it stuck with me all these years. And honestly, it took me years to grasp it. And if you know with this challenge, there's 6 core little tenets of it, and the 6th one is that news fast. And this kind of ties into that, especially with me coming from the military and watching the news and all that stuff. But we were in this Genius Network meeting, and he brought up the point. He's like, why is it that we can hate people or things that we don't even know? He's like, but we can't love in that same way. And it really hit me, and it took me, and it was something I was like, I heard him, and I wanted to resonate with that, but it really took me, honestly, a couple years to really get to that point of truly grasping what he meant by that statement. And so if you look at, the news, what's the news? Basically, it's a murder report. It's basically a report of everything that's going wrong for the most part. And they do that because it gets ratings, because the brain is designed to survive, not to thrive. So it plays on all those fears and it gets people tuning in and everything like that. So what happens though is when you see the news, when all you see is, crime and terrorism, it's really easy to sit back and just hate those people. Hate the drunk driver, hate the murderer, hate. And it's not whether in those cases it's justified or not, but what it is but when you're watching that all the time, that becomes the pattern. That becomes the pattern in the thing that's so easy to do. And that was, I think, was really hard for me coming from the military. You watch the news, oh, there's terrorists over here, there's bad guys over here. It was just really easy to put people in buckets, and it was really easy to blanket, hate, dislike, things like that. When he made that point about love, because then we think about love as something we have to protect. We can't say I love you till it's been after 5 dates or 10 dates or 6 months, or we have all these conditions around allowing ourselves to love, yet we can see a news story and hate somebody or something instantly. And so he made that point, and it really stuck with me. I was like, man, I was like, maybe someday I could get to the point where I could be loving like that, where you could just give love as opposed to having all these requirements around it. And so really, that's just the whole point of this video. And that's probably, so many great things about Sean, so many lives that he's impacted all across the world. And he's got videos with tens upon tens of millions of views, and that's just something that really stuck with me that he said at a meeting 4.5 years ago. And it's really true. Because if you keep putting love out there, if you keep looking for the positive, if you keep putting the love out there, that's what you end up attracting. But if you're watching the news, if you're living in that constant negative state where, yeah, I got it, it's terrorism, it's all these bad things, it's easy to hate and do that stuff, but you got to break that pattern, because inadvertently that's what your brain ends up thinking. That's the neural patterns you start putting in your brain, and then that's what starts showing up more in your life. So just be love. Sean, brother, your ripple is going to be felt for years to come here on this planet. I am so grateful and blessed that I got to spend the time with you that I did. I know you're looking down on us, doing your little dance, you're smiling, huge heart and a little, the 3-foot giant. So there you have it. R.I.P. brother. I'm sure, there were some tears earlier. I'm sure it'll hit more later on, because I had some friends that were like really, really, really close with Sean. So yeah, there's a lot of support coming out for him. And if you haven't, go check out some of his videos and stuff online. I mean, the guy truly is a powerhouse. And just to recap the 6 core things of the service to purpose, the mission is you. 1 is the deciding and taking responsibility every single day. And that can be deciding that you're going to spread love instead of hate, deciding that you're going to commit to this, taking responsibility for that in life. 2 is drink a gallon of water. You can add lemon juice or cayenne pepper to it. 3, eat real food, watch your portions. 4, move your body at least an hour a day. 5, because you're doing all this good stuff, no cigarettes, no alcohol, no weed, no unprescribed drugs. Guys, no porn. And lastly, 6, I think it was added on day 27, 28, is that news fast. Don't watch the news, don't read the newspaper. And here's the big one: no liking, commenting, sharing, arguing, debating about anything political or anything like that on Facebook, social media, those types of things. So there you have it. If you knew Sean, maybe you watched his videos, maybe you've seen him speak, drop a comment. Let me know, the biggest thing from Sean that landed, that resonated with you. And, gonna get back cranking on these videos. I still have, a couple to upload, just got behind. And when I got behind and I got back and I got really busy, and that's the other fun stuff. Actually, maybe I'll do that. Actually, I'm gonna walk over here real quick and just show this to you, because it's, those unplanned things. Stay, buddy. So we've got a hole there, and we're all quartered off. It's got our crazy hot, got our dehumidifier. Long story, the air conditioner that was in the ceiling of the second floor had a leak. Ended up getting that fixed, but in the process, water had leaked through the ceiling and down the wall and then through the ceiling on the bottom floor. So we've got a whole series of holes cut out all the way from, basically the attic, the second floor, the ceiling, and then the first floor, so that we can dry out, just so there's no mold. So fun stuff like that showed up. But hey, happens for us, just taking it in stride. So there you have it. I love you. I will see you guys for day 44. Service to purpose. The mission is you. And RIP Sean. Our paths will cross again. It's some future point somewhere upstairs. Alrighty.